Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Lucier here for our weekly Tongren workshop, not workshop, our Tongren live healing session for everyone. And I wanted to get started right away. Tongren therapy, long distance healing techniques for treating people internationally, as I say in my logo, healing without borders. So let me just get all the requests and we will begin. This is a tapping methodology to focus our consciousness and our subconscious mind and connect to the collective unconscious and deliver energy to open blockages for people, even at a distance, anywhere on the planet. So if that's not good enough, I don't know what to say. And the only other thing about that is it's all free. So good stuff. So we will start to tap. In fact, we'll tap for Esther first. Blood flow to the brain. So we work on a three-part process because I like to teach it to people so that they can do their own work and be your own healer, as I call it. And then you can actually empower yourself. So everybody gets a tune-up along with all of their special requests each and every time. So let me just pull this down and pull this over so I can see. Oh, we've already got people on the web pages. So we have Jordan Wong. Jordan, nice to see you. Eczema for me. We'll talk about that. So first is pain, back, hips, sciatica, and bladder, along with the eyes for Catherine McGlynn and macular degeneration. Command points of the brain to initialize the actual sensory cortex, motor cortex, the central nervous system, and initialize the endocrine system, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary. So we've got a couple of people with neck and back of head, absolutely. So a good way to do this for everyone is take a nice deep breath. And I'll even walk you through a nice healing breathing technique. And you can breathe through your nose, breathe in, count to 4, and I'll do it for you. Ready? Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out through the nose, count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold for 6. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a relaxation response type of technique. So vertebral artery to the spinal artery. But for everyone with the neck shoulders, including Deborah and Esther, the shoulder release point right here. And I'm not sure if you're seeing me enough. I had to raise my hands, or I will lower this a little bit. And I will make sure that you can see my hands. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery. C1 to C7. So we'll work on macular degeneration, but especially GV17, cardiac, respiratory, and vasculatory center. C3, C4 for the eyes, ears, nose, the eyes, ears, and nose. Anti-inflammation for pain, T123, 478. But additionally for the shoulders. And for Deborah, the entire cervical spine, C1 to C7. So Chi for perfect blood, we will get there, that's guaranteed. And again, T123, 478. And one way you can help your own healing is to breathe, relax, put your mind in the blockage area. That will increase circulation and Chi. And you can also be healing yourself as well. So T123, 478 for swelling. But right now, let's go to the ouch point for the eyes. For Catherine, vertebral artery, spinal artery, we can't ever have enough anti-inflammation. T123, 478. And then for the lower body, for the bladder area, start with the blood flow, nerve flow. That's kind of our two-part process. Blood flow, then the bladder area, S1 to S5. But we don't want to miss electric pain in the hands, so we work on the brachial plexus of the arms down to the hands for Esther. And then S1 to S5 for the bladder. And why not bladder 54 to support the bladder as well. And then part 3, the vagus nerve down the torso. And to support the bladder, GV, Zhen Dantian CV4. That's good for the hips. And then the sciatic point specifically is GB30. Yep, GB30. That's the sciatic point. So the lumbosacral plexus and GB30 for the sciatic point. And I'm presuming the sound, the video, the audio, everything is going perfect. And we now have, so let's work with Jordan, eczema. So one thing about eczema, definitely you want to detox the liver. My suggestion is clay, and then the toxins that the liver should manage won't come out in the skin, and then you should detox the skin with clay baths. That type of thing will help with the eczema tremendously. But from a Tongren perspective, we're going to do blood flow to the brain, work with Jordan and Martha. Command points of the brain, Command points of the brain stem. So GV17 for the dizziness, GB789 for the tinnitus. So how are you taking the diatomaceous earth, Jordan? That's great stuff. Diatoms. Clay baths. Are you doing clay baths? That would be the best way to detox. Relieve pressure from the liver and then release from your skin. And then bitter herbs for additionally nourishing the liver and detoxing the liver. Yeah, Jordan, for your eczema, I would suggest clay baths for the entire body until the eczema is gone. And then bitter herbs for the liver to help to detox the liver. So those two things, the liver and the skin, two detox organs together, working together. So if you need to know a good name of a medicinal clay, I can send that to you. Otherwise, I think it should be okay. Where are you located, Jordan? I was going to make a guess, but I'm not going to guess. There are many kinds of clay. Bentonite clay is a name of a place, so they all have different compositions. So it really depends on the type. Chicago. My recommendation is in Oregon. It's medicinal grade clay, consistent in their quantifications. So the dizziness, GV17, tinnitus, GB789, also for tinnitus, the vestibulocochlear nerve. And the back of the head, we'll do 2 rows. I'll give you my supplier in Oregon. It's like a medical grade clay, better for your skin. And back of the head, so the jade pillow is one line, then the occiput is another line, especially GB20. That's a great release point, gallbladder 20, for the entire back of the head. Not sure what Oregon blue clay is. The company I use is called Vitality Herbs and Clay. Okay, vertebral artery to the spinal artery. And then we're going to tap for perfect blood. T1 for the bones, which produces blood. T7 for the spleen, which recycles blood. And then the craniosacral fluid, which nourishes the bones. GB789. And the tailbone. Coccygeal 1, 2, 3, and 4. So perfect blood. Also, we work on the bones and the blood. The bones are the manufacturer of the actual blood. So the bones got to be good to make good blood. So another good point for the bones is GB39. So we want to be complete in everything we do. So for the lymph nodes, let's do a lymph node tune-up. So that's a 5-part process that I do. So the axillary lymph, and next we will be working with Blue Sky and Linda, and we don't want to forget our Instagram friends. Ann Denning. So a 5-part process to really be good with the lymph nodes. The axillary lymph, heart 1. The inguinal lymph, spleen 12 and 13. And then it catches all of the lymph garbage into those collection centers, and then it sends it out, what's called a lymphatic duct, to the blood, and then the next mechanism of cleansing occurs through the blood, which is the liver and the kidneys. Okay. So we did the cervical spine, C1 to C7 for Deborah. And Del Lind, is that Del from the UK? Looks like we've got a lot of hip stuff going on, so we're really going to work on the hips. We'll move our way down. So, 3-part process, we're going to work with Del and Blue Sky. So if somebody is seeing the previous session, you need to refresh the screen, then it'll work. Because I'm looking at my current one. I just got your message, Henry. So you need to refresh the screen because it's going to play the old one until you refresh the screen. And hopefully you can see it. Let me know. I'm going to look to follow up on your messages. I know you have a special person here today. But let me know if that's working out. So that was 20 minutes ago. I don't see any updates for Henry. So yes, Henry, I apologize for not getting back to you sooner. But definitely just refresh the page and let me know if that works. I know this was probably bad timing to have an issue, but just ask for patience and then we'll get that going. I did get your messages that you're both showing up today. So for Blue Sky, relax mind, lower back, confidence, insulin resistance. For Blue Sky. So relax mind, GB13, and the third eye in tongue area. And lower back is doing much better, and then healthy bowels. And Del. So the vertebral artery to the spinal artery. C1 to C7, again, the cervical spine, then T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for all inflammation. So T1, 2, 3, so T3 for the lungs. And also again the shoulders for Drew. Shoulder release point, GB gallbladder 21. Right in the middle of the shoulders. That's a shoulder release point. Merci pour vous aussi. And if people are curious, we had a French version of the Tongren training about 2 weeks ago. It went great. The people in France are very motivated about Tongren and so many different things. Oh, and also there's the Tongren Masterclass Saturday, 1 to 5. Seats still open if anybody's interested. If you have any experience with Tongren already, you can jump right into level 2. And then that'll do it. It'll be some new techniques for people. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So insulin resistance. So that would be the digestion, the colon. T11, T12, L4, L5. So removing animal fats from your diet will eliminate insulin resistance. That's it. That's the bottom line. But we'll also work on the pancreas, T8, right side. So Dao, yes, good to see you. So let's work on your hips, Dal, right now. As we work our way down, we got T3 for the lungs for the dad, T8 the pancreas and eye health for the mom, C3 and T8. So we have a lot of things going on with the hips for people. So let's do a 2-part process. T7, the blood flow for the hips, encouraging the blood flow for the hips. And then the lumbosacral plexus for the hips. And that will also help the legs. Oh, I just realized. Hey, Del, you're up late. And I think, Del, you also already took the Masterclass. Yep. So we got the tightness in the shoulders for Drew, and then we'll work on the neuropathy pain in the right legs and also the legs for Del. So lumbosacral plexus. Sciatic nerve that goes to the legs, GB30. So yes, Jordan, that's the link. I would recommend you can get rid of the eczema through clay baths. Continue to drink the diatomaceous earth, which is mineralizing, but you need to really detox the liver and the skin. They have a clay bath kit. They have packets or complete kits. And then down the legs for Dell and everyone with the leg issues. Down to bladder 54. Go to the hamstrings, bladder 54, the calves, and then grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And let me know, Henry, if you got in. Your message was 27 minutes ago. I apologize if anything didn't work out. But Jordan, that's the best clay supplier. There's a really good one in France, but this is an excellent one for locally, from Oregon, from very energetically positive volcanic earth. And I know the guy. I interviewed the guy. If you're ever interested, there's an interview of him on my Facebook page. It's been a while ago, though. So, Gleeful Stranger. And let me know how that goes, Jordan. I think that'll help a lot. Blood flow to the brain. So we're going to work for Gleeful Stranger and Paul O'Neill were done. For Drew. And next, and Del, it's awesome to see you. Thanks for joining. So the question is, will clay help thinning of skin? If thinning of skin is a problem, I would guess so. But remember, clay is loaded with silica and it builds collagen. So it's really good for building skin. So if that's your goal, to build the skin and make it stronger and tighter, you know how people use clay masks for their face, how it makes it vibrant. It's excellent for the skin. It builds collagen. It's silica based. It's really good for the skin. So eager self, let me know. I'm going to look to see if you chimed in or you just took off. So eager self, then cool human, then Dolly. So cool human, Patty, neck, shoulder pain, vertebral artery to the spinal artery to the shoulders. Okay. Okay, let's get back. We have probably 100 requests today, I think. So we'll get rid of the eczema with clay. We can build up, make strong skin with clay. And Patty with the neck and shoulder pain. So shoulder release. Gallbladder 21. And for everyone with shoulder issues, let's also work on lung 1, lung 2 for the long thoracic nerve to release the front part of the shoulders. And we're going to add in some people today. Liam. And if you're tapping, can you tap along? A different Liam. I see 2 Liams. Clay will tonify the skin. And brain command points, brain stem command points. Neck and shoulders, the ouch point, the shoulder itself, right inside of the shoulder. Okay, let's get back to the requests. Oh, there it is. Any neck pain or anything like that, anti-inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So everybody out there, how you doing? Say hi so I know you're out there. We might get a skip from the broadcasts. We will hit the ionosphere, bounce to the Earth, and possibly broadcast to the Moon or Venus. That's another option. Neck and shoulder pain. So C1 to C7, the SCM of the neck. Cool human. So next, blood sugar, T8. But of course, high blood sugar, reduce your processed carbs. Fried foods. And animal fats, because that creates insulin resistance, which will make your blood sugar go up. Peripheral neuropathy. So let's do it for the arms, which is the brachial plexus. For the legs, the lumbosacral plexus. So for autism, for Liam, juice cleanse, detoxification, heavy metal cleansing to recover the poisoning of the brain from whatever encourages poisoning of the brain. When I started to look at autism, I think it was 1,000 in one case, then 600, then 110. Now I think it's down to less than 10. I'm not sure. But the spectrum, people have different capabilities, different challenges that should be honored and respected and loved wherever they are on the spectrum. But let's work on the brain. Sky window. Inflammation, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. It's also good for inflammation. And then constipation, T11, T12, L4, L5, the microbiome, the gut, and the colon. So for my Facebook friends, are you still with me? And also, next we have belly. So again, let's do something extra also for the colon. CV4 for the colon and constipation. A good way to remove constipation is through oxygen flooding colon cleansing techniques. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And Dolly, you are next. Good to see you. So, 3-part process. Like I say, if you have Tongren experience, there are still openings for the Masterclass this week. If you have a group of people like the people in France had, we had 23 people sign up from France. Left foot and leg numbness. We're talking with Dolly right now. So memory loss, arthritis, and shoulders. Blood flow to the brain, the vertebral artery, and the whole shoulders, brachial plexus, and the shoulder release point, 21. Gallbladder, 21. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for inflammation and for weight loss. Any itis? And next we will be working with Calm Civilian. I think there is a way you can actually change your name if you want. I think you can put in your own name. Well, yeah, we have Dolly. She's doing it. So memory loss. Sky window. GB13. Vertebral artery to the brain, blood flow. Brachial plexus. Osteoarthritis, so T1 for the bones and T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 for the itis. And also for Calm Civilian. Cancer for the prostate, and we'll get there next. So T1 for the bones, T3 for the lymph. And welcome, Calm Civilian. And you came on right on time, about 37 minutes ago, which is great. 75-year-old father, T1 for the bones, T3 for the lymph, L3 for the prostate. So T7 blood flow to the prostate, L3 for the prostate. So L1, 2, 3 would be your main areas for this whole area, the kidney iron deficiency and the prostate. L1, 2, and 3. And then grounding. Liver 3 and kidney 1. And then vagus nerve down the torso, part 3. And CV4 for the kidney area and prostate area. And we are welcome, Mumashari. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. So next we have Wandering Habitat and Kimby's Stress and Anxiety for All. So COPD, emphysema, shortness of breath. CV17, laser on CV17 will help that tremendously. Resistance breathing, check it out. The Frolov device or the relaxator are both good for COPD. And of course, we'll work on the lungs. This is about diminished lung capacity, alveoli congestion. And grounding, but anxiety for all, Dolly. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Next, we work with Kimby's and Henry L. And if you have any more questions in the future, Jordan, about clay and your eczema, if I would recommend to buy from them, they have bitter herbs to help to release the toxins from the liver, then the clay baths, those two things. And then also, if you have any indigestion or constipation or any of those other things, that also needs to be addressed. So let's tap for Kimby's detox. Detox, chemicals, mold, and smoke, definitely clay baths. Migraines and asthma, absolutely. Let's go right to CV17 for the breathing. Immune system for cleansing, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Especially T4 for the detoxing, which will be good for your clay. So the migraine point, of course, is going to cause headaches. It's poison. GB20 on the back of the skull, right where the skull meets the neck, gallbladder 20. That's your migraine point. Your asthma point will be CV17, T3, and T6. And coming down, T7 for the prostate area, L3 for the prostate area for Henry and Les. But L1, 2, 3, the adrenals for Kimby's. And L3 for the prostate, so T7 blood supply for the prostate, L3 for the prostate itself, T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 anti-inflammation, but also for Les, the lungs and the bones. And more for the asthma, CV17, lung 1, lung 2, the Chinese medicine points are brilliant. And we'll continue to work with Les for the prostate and leg and neck and the bones. Blood flow to the brain for mystical user. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery and the sore throat, thyroid, neck, and shoulders tension. So that is C6, C7, T1, 2, 3. Let's do a little bit of that. So thyroid, pituitary, thyroid, pituitary, thyroid connection. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, anti-inflammation. T1 for the bones, for less. Shoulder release point, for less. Leg pain, lumbosacral plexus. So next we have gentle soul. Audio and visual hallucinations. So let's work on the visual and audio cortices of the brain. So everyone, if you're having improvements, let me know if you have any additional challenges. Better, worse, no change, as we say. So hallucinations, let's work on the in-tongue, the third eye area, connecting to your true self. Definitely focus on mineralization. Sometimes it could be a mineral imbalance. And gracias to you, Jordan, also. Good to see you, man. That clay will help. We'll take care of that. Audio cortex, visual cortex, GB19. Corpus callosum of the brain, the communication left to right side of the brain. And next we have gentle soul, phlegm. You need to get some phlegminade. Believe it or not, that's what it's called, phlegminade. From Jean's Greens. But we'll also work on the abdominal hernia ED, which is caused by insulin resistance, which is caused by eating animal fats. Chest cramps, not sure what that's about, but we will fix it. We'll work on it. And broken right foot. Nope, I did not work on your broken right foot. Thank you for reminding me. So here we go. Blood flow to the brain. Abdominal hernia. But first we work on the phlegm. C6, C3, C4, eyes, ears, nose department. Work on the nose. So you can add into your food cardamom, which is also going to help to reduce phlegm. But I've used the Phlegminade tea with many people. It works very good. And the company is called Jean's Greens. They're in Upper State New York. So let's go down right now to the inguinal area for the abdominal hernia. Chest cramps. So lung 1, lung 2, and ouch points. And hello, Esther. Good to see you. And T8, pancreas, for helping with the ED and insulin resistance. Chest cramps again, T1, 2, 3. Sounds muscular, so lung 1, lung 2, the long thoracic nerve. So the neck for less. T1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And then the leg, which is for less, the lumbosacral plexus. And then grounding down to the legs, the entire leg. Stomach 36 to support the leg as well. And grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. And again, Kimby's right foot, right broken foot. So lumbosacral plexus, the source of the nerves, the blood flow for the nerves, and the lower body, T7, right side. So we work on the whole leg. Let's work down to stomach 36 and broken right foot, spleen 6. Marie, platelets and anxiety. You got it. Hope you're doing great. Good to see you. And we worked on Les and anyone else you want, homeopathy.lm. Okay, platelets. Again, bones, bone marrow, spleen. Blood flow to the brain. Vertebral artery to the spinal artery to T1 for the bones. Platelet production. Looks like GB12, the vagus nerve. T1 for the bones and GB12, why not? So for the bones, T1, for the spleen, T7, right side. Anxiety, GB13, and the third eye, in-tongue area. GB13, right side for anxiety. T1 for the bones and bone marrow and platelets. T7 spleen, recycling. Blood recycling. Then the power point for the bones, GB39 on the upper, the outside above the ankle. And we'll do a special craniosacral support also for the bone marrow. GB789 for the brain stem, for the brain, the sphenoid bone. Activate the entire spine. Circulation, GV17. Out with the old, in with the new platelets. and then grounding to liver 3. Great. Good to see you, Marie. You made it in time. Awesome. So let's do a charge for everybody to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Close your eyes, and we will charge the batteries. All 3, upper dantian, middle dantian, and lower dantian. We also want to have in our thoughts Charlotte for leukemia, J, colon, Lillian, colon, Emma, pancreas. Okay. I think we had about 100 requests today. That's great. We should do twice as many. And here we do this smoothing, basically creating cohesive energy vibration to cool out, to smooth out the session. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. As always, be kind to one another. Help each other as much as we can. Take a deep breath when we watch the craziness out there and know that it will all work out eventually. But thank you very much for joining us for Tongren. See you next week. Anybody interested in the Masterclass this Saturday? Dell, if you want to join us again, you're always welcome. And then we shall see you next time. Take care. Be well. Bye now.